Hey guys, I just wanted to show you something here that I'm sure some of you might be aware of, but maybe not. This here actually had two publishers when it came out. This is known as the Furrlough Comics, Furrlough Comics. Most of them I got, from Mile High Comics out of Denver. Basically, I ordered them online. And you're probably wondering why I have these comics in my possession. Well, long story short, one of these issues that I have was actually a continuation of a certain popular TMNT character. That character, believe it or not, was this character, Ninjara, otherwise known as Yumiko. That's right, Ninjara Yumiko, who debuted in the TMNT comics around the final 20th issues, like issue 29 or something like that, and thus fell in love with Raphael as a result from combating him and all that, remained with the comic until about issue 71. Now, she was originally supposed to come back for City at War had that story been published, but as we know, the comic, the Archie comic version of TMNT ended and was canceled. So what did the people on the TMNT book do instead? Because they couldn't do City at War. They decided to do a flashback issue of the Turtles as kids being raised by Splinter and being trained. That's what they did, and that was it. That was the final story. And because of that, Ninjara was never seen ever again until this series. The people that created her, I can't think of the names right now, and licensed her to be utilized in TMNT, brought her over to Furrlough Comics. Now, like I say, the publishers are a little bit more different, but I do have a lot of issues because when I heard about her being in this comic series, I couldn't. Honestly, there was no information about what issue she was in. The only information that I got, along with anybody else, as I keep hitting the highlight button so I can keep track of the time here. The only information that I got, basically, along with anybody else, was it was in the 50th issues. It was in the 50, basically the numeric 50, the 50 issues, I'll put it that way, the numbered 50 issues is where her appearance was. So I ordered a lot of them because basically I wasn't sure exactly what issue it could be, but upon reading more about what Furrlough was about, it caught my interest, and I'm thinking, oh, this looks pretty good. And when I looked at some of the issues and read some of them, they actually turned out to be pretty much that. Now, you might say, well, is this what I think it is? Yes, it is. It is a story. It's an anthology story, or anthology issue of stories featuring anthropomorphic characters. And some of them can be very long. Like this is a 48-page special, and this is issue, or 48-page special issue, and this is issue number 47. So there's that. And like I said, it's a different publisher, as you're about to see. So there was one Furrlough. Here is issue 48, as far as I know. And it's published by beginning its 6th year of publication. In other words, this is celebrating 6 years of Furrlough. And again, there's the publisher on the top. And if you want to know what these stickers on the plastic case, on the plastic bags, or the plastic slip covers are, basically a lot of comic shops will basically put these on here to tell you what condition the comic is in. So here, this is like near mint. This is very fine. So yeah, this is issue 48 right here. So we're going to try to keep these in order. Yeah, that's issue 48. This here is issue 50. I don't have 49. That's the only one I don't have. Like I said, I don't have many issues. Oh, I don't have all the issues, but this is the 50th issue. And again, that's the publisher at the time, Antarctica Press. That's the 50th issue. Then, here's issue 51, also by Arctic Press. Right here. So that's issue 51. And then, this is where it switched publishers, because now we have Radio Comix. Now, I don't know if Antarctica Press changed their name or not, but it definitely looks like the different publishers were switched to for the Furrlough comic. And here, look who that is. That's right, that's Ninjara. That is Yumiko. That is Yumiko. She is in this issue. And if you look up information about why she's in this issue, it basically states, as I try to get it out here. Hold on for a sec, guys. Gotta be very careful about that. It states that she is no longer with teenagers. But look how they spell the name. And yes, this is her. It is the same character. Except she's a little bit more violent in this one, and that was the purpose of this book. The fact that she would be a little bit more violent. And those are the names of the people that brought the comic here. And this was actually a part 3. There are other parts around. I think they're in the previous issues 50 and 51. So, yeah. But as you can tell, like I said, it is a anthology-like series. And I will fix that later. And then, of course, we have 53 here, also by Radio Comix. We also have issue 54. And we have issue 55. And these are other, that's another book that they did as well. We have issue 55. And then we have issue 56. And to close out the collection I have, we have issue 57. Now, the comic did go on for a little longer, as far as I know. I don't know if it's still being published. But it definitely shows you that even back then, independent creators can get the stories published in comic book form, even through independent comics, you know, whether or not, you know, it's under one publisher or two. But I do recommend checking out Furrlough, just out of curiosity. But mostly check out, I think, 50, 51, and 52, and maybe 53 for the full context of the Ninjara story, to see exactly where they took her after her appearance in TMNT, because there is a connection between it and the last issue she was in. But that's all I'm going to say, guys. So until next time, I'll talk to y'all later.